Buenas, Sociedad. Estamos en el capítulo número 1 de Erannorth Renaissance EA Access 08,05. Bueno, 0805. Voy a pasarme el juego en Early Access porque por una ruta específica, porque la otra ruta no está terminada. Así que voy a ser un hombre lobo. Por desgracia no voy a poder ser vampiro. Mi parte favorita de esto. Así que eso. Vale, back. Y aquí ya tengo esto, Sevedat Traxner, porque ya tengo un personaje que se llama Sevedat en la versión donde soy vampiro y no quiero que los personajes se mezclen. He elegido Werewolf, que da +1 de percepción, daño físico, regeneración +1 y me da Rapid Healing, que hace que me cure 10 inmediatamente y aplico regenerar, que regenera 8 por 2 turnos. Y además soy Runehild. Si queréis leer esto, está aquí esto del Runehild. Y los hombres lobos son inmunes al vampirismo. Y este perk, esta habilidad se equipa automáticamente a los personajes hombres lobo. Aquí no sé cómo traducir Stalwart, así que me son unos rolls de esto, más 3 puntos de vida y daño físico +1. He elegido de esto porque es mi favorito, es el que más se parezca a mí. Después está este, que es literalmente este de aquí, pero convertido en vampiro. He hecho percepción porque, como veis aquí, me da +1 a las tiradas de percepción. Por eso he puesto todo en percepción. Después en perks voy a coger uno que he creado, que he modificado yo, que es transformación controlada. Me da la habilidad Luna Elena, que me transforma en hombre lobo por 9 turnos. Y también tengo que coger autopreservación, que hace que... Bueno, en el LED voy a coger autopreservación y después, cuando comience la partida, voy a coger transformación controlada. ¡Ay, no! Espera, no puedo. Oh, vale, pues transformación controlada. Ahora estoy dudando de... Bueno, da igual. Transformación controlada. Aquí están las habilidades de percepción. Y de esto me da 15% de... Cuando lo tengo equipado como habilidad, 15% de esquiva y 2 de movimiento. El movimiento es súper importante porque, joder, empiezas con 2 de movimiento. ¡2! ¡2! 2 de movimiento, no gracias. Vale, pues podemos cerrar esto. Relaciones, no tengo a nadie. Everyone, no tengo a nadie. Así, por cierto, en mi partida, porque es mía y lo quiero yo así, he hecho que todos los compañeros sean heteros. Así que eso, si veis que puedo romancear a personajes que no debería, porque no son heteros, en mi partida son heteros, porque quiero que sea así. Y ya está. Explicado esto, vamos a empezar el juego. Por cierto, no voy a leer yo, sino voy a usar esta opción de aquí, que va a leerlo por mí. Así que cuando se acabe de leerlo, voy al siguiente de esto. Así que es fantástico, no tengo que leer nada en inglés. Por desgracia tampoco voy a poder traducir mucho en inglés, porque no me quiero conservar mi salud mental por poca que quede. Así que vamos a empezar el juego. Modo historia. Vale.
The winds of Elos are soft liars, carrying whispers of time and change yet offering no warning of the storms they bring. On such a night, beneath the unblinking gaze of stars and the quiet sway of ancient trees, a single thread began to weave itself into the great tapestry of fate. No horn sounded, no omen burned in the sky. Only the stillness before everything began to unravel. In that stillness, unaware, one life shifted. And the world, though it did not yet know, had already begun to follow. Liriel Amaranth, echoes of the eternal weave. As consciousness gently pulls you back from the depths of oblivion, the first sensation to greet you is the comforting warmth radiating from a nearby campfire. Its light dances across your vision, casting a soft glow on the figure seated opposite you. Her silver hair shimmering in the firelight, framing a face marked by serene wisdom. The night air, once a sharp bite against your skin, now caresses you with a soothing chill, tempered by the fire's embrace. Your hands, previously numb with cold, begin to thaw in the heat, tingling as life returns to them. You recall the kindness in her actions as she tended to your wounds, her hands moving with a healer's grace. The memory of pain feels distant, a testament to her skill. The world had slipped away from you then, consciousness fading into darkness, leaving you at the mercy of the unknown. Now, awakening in this tranquil clearing, under her vigilant gaze, you feel a profound gratitude mixed with curiosity. Clouded by the strain of recent events, your mind labors to piece together the fragments of memory that haunt you. You recall the journey to Lildthorpe Burrow, an expedition filled with promise and peril, in search of the enigmatic orb with your friends Janice, Claire, and Rayla. The events that followed blur into a maze of half-remembered images and sensations, bringing you to this moment. The aroma of roasting ore ignites a sharp pang of hunger within you.
Espero que no se haya oído. Desactivé el micro por algo. No voy a skipear la introducción, ¿vale? Si no vamos a leer esto de aquí, todo esto.
About a day or so. You must be starving, she observes, her voice a gentle melody in the stillness of the night. With a graceful motion, she extends a plate toward you, its contents steaming in the cool air. The crackling flames weave a comforting, rhythmic dance, offering warmth and a semblance of safety in the wilderness. The aroma of the succulent meat stirs a deep hunger within you, a reminder of how long it's been since you last ate. You take a bite, and the rich, smoky flavor floods your senses, providing not just nourishment but a momentary respite from the weight of your memories.
Vale, y como para no olvidarme, la transformación de vampiro, de vampiro de hombre lobo, me lo voy a equipar ya. Y eso. Veis, tengo regeneración rápida que cuesta 4. Esto no cuesta nada porque quiero que la transformación... todos mis iconos, incluyendo este tan alucinante de aquí, están generados con ChatGPT. Esta es mi habilidad creada por mí. No, en la de esto por defecto, la transformación controlada te transforma en un lobo gris, no en un hombre lobo. Pero lo he cambiado por obvias razones. Quiero que un hombre lobo se transforme en hombre lobo.
As you sit by the fire, feeling the chill lift from your bones, questions swirl in your mind. Are my friends safe? Did they survive? And if they did, where would they have gone? The logical assumption is that they sought the nearest town to resupply before returning home. Where's the nearest town? Lanford lies to the east. There's a path nearby that merges with the Merchant's Road, Anne Athel explains. It's the most secure route, frequented by traders and travelers. This way, we'll have a better chance of avoiding danger and finding our way more easily. We can leave at first light, she suggests, indicating that time is critical, whether for your recovery, your quest, or perhaps concerns of her own. I noticed your clothing suffered during your ordeal. I've set aside a fresh set for you in that chest yonder, she says. At her indication, you notice a wooden chest by the side of the campfire, just within the light's perimeter. Choose whatever feels right for you when you are ready, she adds. It's a small gesture, but in this wilderness, it feels like a sliver of normalcy, a chance to reclaim a part of your identity that seemed lost in the fall and the subsequent chaos. I am sure you have more questions, but we can talk more after you've eaten. You'll need your strength for the journey ahead. As you are about to open the wooden chest, a rustling from the nearby bushes startles you. Your hand instinctively reaches for your weapon, but then you pause, noticing a large wolf stepping into the clearing. The wolf's eyes meet yours, holding a depth and intelligence that seems uncharacteristic of a wild animal. Before you can react, Erannorth's soothing voice interjects, "Do not mind Lynn. She won't hurt a fly." The wolf, Lynn, pads closer to Erannorth, nuzzling her hand affectionately. The dawn is not far, and with it, the road to Landford awaits, a ribbon of possibility that winds through the forest and out into the wider world. Erannorth's camp serves as a downtime. During downtimes, you can freely explore the area, interact with various characters, harvest supplies.
Bueno, esto es un tutorial fuera.
You settle in Erannorth's camp.
No sé cómo funciona esto. Vale. No tengo nada equipado. Relaciones, everyone. Esto no aparece como persona relacionable. Vamos a abrir el...
Before you stands a simple wooden chest, devoid of any locks or visible mechanisms to keep it closed. Its surface is smooth, except for a few knots in the wood that add character to its appearance. The chest seems mundane, especially compared to the intricately designed containers often found in tales of treasure and adventure.
Vale, fantástico. Voy a coger todo. Voy a equipármelo. Puedo equipar así o así. Vale, esto es para no para el combate. Esto es una herramienta. El escudo no me lo voy a quitar, ahí poner porque no quiero perder de esto. Precisión. No voy a leer el de esto.
In the heart of Dublin.
No vamos a leerlo, vale, y hay un montón.
Tuck the book in your backpack.
Vale, hablar con esta no sirve de nada, vale, no dice algunas cosas, pero nada interesante, y hablar con Lynn tampoco, así que vamos directamente al... Ah, tengo que hablar con ella, vale, me lo pone aquí. Vale, hablar con Enatil.
Erannorth extends her hand, offering you a weather journal. Her silver hair gleams in the flickering campfire light, creating a mysterious aura. Her eyes, deep and enigmatic, convey curiosity and concern. "Is this yours?" she asks gently. "Lynn found it near where you were lying." You accept the journal, feeling the soft, familiar leather under your fingers. "Yes, thank you." You'll find your journal in your inventory.
El journal sirve para activar el romance, que lo voy a activar porque voy a romancear a la mujer lobo, porque así tiene sentido para mí que un hombre lobo quiera romancearse a una mujer lobo. Que ya veréis quién es. Debería ser lo obvio, pero bueno.
As the cover creaks open, a sense of nostalgia washes over you. The pages, filled with your scrawled handwriting, whisper tales of past adventures and dreams yet to be realized. Embedded within the fabric of the narrative, a subtle reminder presents itself, almost like an echo from a forgotten time. Remember, the
Romances,
time to
enable romances, se puede activar contenido explícito, pero como que no.
your desire for romantic tales is noted. The paths of love and affection will unfold before you, each step a chance to entwine your heart with another's. As you contemplate the future chapters of your story, you ponder further. Whom does my heart seek in the grand tapestry of life? Do I find myself?
Vamos, que esto de aquí es para decir que soy hetero y si soy atractivo o no. Obviamente voy a ser súper atractivo.
The journal's pages shimmer faintly as an enchantment stirs to life. A script begins to emerge from the all is noted. Remember, the heart is a complex thing, and the paths to it are many and winding.
Y esto explica de que cada NPC tiene sus propios gustos y de estos, así que eso.
The pages, filled with yours. Close your journal.
Vale, y ahora podemos otra vez hablar con Enatil.
As you sit across from Enathil, the firelight
Enathil.
on her face, highlighting the thoughtful expression that adorns her features. The quiet of the evening lends itself to conversation, and her presence, both calming and enigmatic, invites questions and stories.
Good night.
As sleep envelopes you, you find yourself once more before Lildhorp Burrow. The entrance is marked by a majestic stone archway inscribed with runes whose meanings have been lost over time. These arcane symbols whisper of ancient eras, of wisdom and power once nestled in the earth's depths. The air around you is thick, saturated with the smell of moist soil and age-old stone, an aroma that resonates with every soul seeking hidden truths. It's a scent that suggests discoveries waiting in the shadowy recesses of the burrow. As daylight fades, a twilight glow envelopes everything in a surreal light. Long shadows stretch out, cast by the setting sun, enhancing the burrow's ominous allure. You and your companions stand at the threshold of exploration, hearts pounding with the excitement of impending discoveries.
Puedo tocar el orbe antes de que lo hace Reyla, pero vamos a ver los recuerdos porque vosotros no lo habéis visto.
Claire, with her auburn hair catching the fading light, gives a
Esta es
smile
con
that
lo que
doesn't
quería
quite
romancear
match her eyes.
en la primera partida, pero no pude porque me convertí en vampiro. Spoiler.
Voice carrying both anticipation and caution. Is everyone ready? Janice, with his wide shoulders forming a daunting outline, surveys the dimming skyline. Stay sharp, he advises, his tone rough yet not without warmth. Places like these are seldom without their guardians.
A ver. ¿Esto qué es? Stalwart. Vale, pues elijo Stalwart. Y aquí no puedo elegir percepción.
With shoulders squared and gaze fixed on the shadowy depth,
Me da Stalwart
you
+1.
step forward, embodying the essence of resilience. Your companions draw strength from your steadfastness, their steps more assured. Rayla lays a gentle hand on your shoulder, reassuring you. Together, we'll find what we're searching for, she whispers, her eyes shining with a silent promise.
Esta es hermana de la otra pelirroja.
Finding comfort and determination reflected in her eyes.
Digo de que Rayla es mi amiga más cercana, un rayo de luz y familiaridad, un rayo de luz de familiaridad, bueno, no sé cómo traducir beacon. Vamos, que siento familiaridad y confío en ella en estos pasillos tan crípticos.
It feels as if Rayla has always been with you, a steady companion through life's ups and downs. Whether celebrating small joys or weathering challenges, her consistent support and empathy have offered comfort and strength. It feels as if Rayla has always been with the corridors of Lyldhorp Burrow, a labyrinth of history and mystery, unfurl before you. Each step resonates against age-worn stones, whispering tales of forgotten epochs. The air, cool and earthy, carries the scent of antiquity, mingling with the subtle dampness of the underground. As you delve deeper into the burrow, the dim, flickering light from your torch illuminates the walls, revealing faint carvings that seem to dance just out of clear sight.
Primal Superfuse Warfare Ultimate. Stalwart ya no está, ¿verdad? No. Pues vamos a poner Primal, ya que soy de esto, hombre lobo.
Closing your eyes, you reach out with your senses, touching the primal essence woven into the very stones of Lyldhorp Burrow. The raw, untamed power of nature that has seeped into these walls over millennia responds to your call. You feel a surge of energy, a wild and chaotic force that guides your instincts, revealing paths through the labyrinth that remain unseen to the unattended eye. The carvings, eroded by time, now seem to pulsate with a life of their own, a testament to a bond between the ancient builders and the untamable spirit of the natural world. Rayla joins you, her gaze intent on the walls. Fascinating, she whispers, almost to herself. Her fingers hover over the patterns, careful not to disturb their fragile existence. What do you think they mean? Rayla's gaze lingers on the carvings, her expression a blend of fascination and hidden knowledge. Symbols of power, perhaps. Or a story, a legend locked in stone, she muses, her voice tinged with a knowing undertone. You sense there's more she's not saying, her eyes betraying a flicker of deeper recognition. Rayla, do you know more about these? She meets your gaze, a brief flash of something indecipherable crossing her features. For a moment, it seems she might divulge more, but then she offers a subtle, enigmatic smile. Sometimes, the past prefers to keep its secrets, she replies cryptically. After the moment passes, she nods towards where Claire leads the way. Let's not fall behind, my sister, she suggests, her tone lighter now, as if the carvings were already a fading thought. Together, you rejoin Claire, who is audibly marveling at the next turn in the passage, her voice echoing back to where you stand. As you descend into the heart of Lyldhorp Burrow, the corridors begin to reveal their ancient secrets. The air grows heavier, charged with the weight of eons. Shadows play tricks on your eyes, and the very stones seem to hold their breath. The path becomes a puzzle, a series of challenges left by those who shaped these halls long ago. You encounter a series of intricate mechanisms, clearly designed to guard, protect, and challenge. It's a testament to the ingenuity of a forgotten civilization, a legacy of guardianship woven into the very fabric of the burrow. Claire's eyes narrow as she studies a complex array of levers and gears. This looks like more than just an ordinary lock, she muses, her voice echoing slightly in the confined space. Her fingers hover over the mechanism, tracing the contours of metal and stone with a cautious respect. It's a puzzle, meant to test the worthiness of those who seek to pass. The mechanism before you is a marvel of ancient engineering, a blend of artistry and functionality.
Tengo connections, ¿no? ¿O no? Percepción. Oh, joder. Pues que lo haga Claire. No connections voy a tener con otra persona. Vamos por autoridad.
Gathering your companions, you assess the mechanism's complexity and delegate tasks based on each person's strengths, orchestrating a symphony of effort. Claire, align the gears. Janice, steady the main lever, you direct, your voice a beacon of leadership. Under your guidance, each movement is precise, each action purposeful. The mechanism, a test of unity as much as intellect, yields to your collective endeavor. With a resounding click, the way forward is unlocked. As Janus Bone Thrusher enters the cubic room, his presence dominates the space, his sharp eyes swiftly assessing the situation. The massive stone block, a testament to ancient craftsmanship, stands as a silent sentinel, obstructing your path forward. Janus approaches the block, his hands brushing its cool, rough surface, tracing the contours of runes hinting at a power sealed within. Its placement is deliberate, guarding the secrets that lie beyond. Standing beside him, you.
Vale, un segundo, tengo que votar por Dofus Nix. Vale. Stalwart. Ya que cogí Stalwart una vez, mostró por Stalwart otra vez.
You grasp your staff, its wood gnarled and strong. You wedge it into a small gap at the base of the stone block, applying steady pressure. Your muscles strain under the effort, a testament to your unwavering resolve. Hours seem to pass in minutes as you leverage the block, inch by painstaking inch, until finally, it shifts. A small passageway, just large enough to squeeze through, opens before you. The chamber housing the orb stands in stark contrast to the rest of Lylethorpe Burrow, a sanctum where the air itself seems to thrum with ancient power. As you step inside, a hush falls over your group, the usual banter and sounds of movement fading into respectful silence. The walls of the chamber are a marvel, adorned with runes that pulse rhythmically, like the slow heartbeat of the earth. The glowing symbols cast an otherworldly light, bathing the chamber in hues that shift and change, painting your surroundings in an ethereal tableau. These runes, intricate and enigmatic, seem to resonate with ageless wisdom, a narrative written in a language of magic and mystery. At the heart of the chamber, on a pedestal carved from the same ancient stone, sits the orb. It's as if the entire sanctum was built to cradle this singular object. The orb itself is mesmerizing. Its surface a canvas of light and shadow, swirling with colors that defy description. You step forward, drawn by an inexplicable pull. The closer you get, the more you feel a connection to the orb, as if it recognizes something within you, responding to a call you didn't know you had made. The runes on the walls flare brighter. Your heart beats faster as you approach the pedestal, drawn by a force you can't fully understand. Is it the allure of hidden knowledge, or the whisper of untapped power? Claire watches you with a furrowed brow, her instinct for danger at odds with her curiosity. Be careful, she cautions. We don't know what that thing can do. Claire's words of caution echo in your mind, a reminder of the unknowns that lie within the orb's enigmatic depths. Her concern, always grounded in a mix of instinct and experience, adds weight to the decision before you. Rayla's hand moves with the certainty you lack, reaching and touching the orb before your hesitation allows you to act. The moment her hand grazes the orb, chaos erupts. A violent burst of energy shatters the serenity, the chamber shaking with the fury of awakened power. The chamber trembles under the unleashed force, the very air charged with the raw, untamed energy. The orb, once a beacon of silent power, now thrashes wildly, as if struggling against an unseen force. Rayla's fingers claw frantically at the artifact, trying to regain control, but it's as if the orb has a will of its own. Her expression is one of disbelief and fear, a stark contrast to the confidence she exuded moments before. Claire is at your side in an instant, her hand gripping your arm, pulling you back. "Get away from it," she shouts over the din, her voice laced with urgency. Her instincts as an adventurer, always tuned to danger, have kicked into overdrive. Claire shouts from behind, her voice tinged with alarm, "Be careful." But her warning is lost in the tumult. Janice lunges forward, but it's too late. The ground beneath Rayla crumbles, opening a gaping void into darkness. With a look of terror and disbelief, Rayla falls, swallowed by the abyss. In a split second of decision, you reach out, trying to save her, but the ground betrays you, too. As you begin your own descent into the void, your eyes meet Claire's. In that fleeting glance, a complex exchange passes between you, a mixture of fear, confusion, and something else, an unspoken recognition that lingers in the brief moment. The darkness around you is complete now, a blanket of obscurity that shrouds everything. The sensation of falling continues, but with no visual reference. It's disorienting, a feeling of motion without progress, of time without change. Then, abruptly, the sensation stops. A jarring halt that brings a sudden, crushing return to reality. You land on something solid, the impact driving the air from your lungs. As you struggle to catch your breath, the realization dawns that you've landed in the drainage system. You grope around in the darkness, your hands brushing against cold stone and the occasional slimy patch of moss, trying to orient yourself in the murky surroundings. Your consciousness wavers, the cold and the relentless motion taking their toll. There's a sense of drifting, of being carried away not just by the water, but by the fatigue that envelopes you like a shroud. As the dream fades, your mind is pulled back to the present, but the transition is anything but smooth. Your senses are dulled by the cold that seeps into your bones. You awaken to find the camp enshrouded in a thick, ghostly mist. It clings to everything, distorting shapes and muffling sounds. You call out for Anathel, but there is no response. A sinking feeling takes hold as you realize she is nowhere to be seen. Your consciousness wavers, the cold and the relentless motion taking their toll. There's a sense of drifting, of being carried away not just by the water, but by the fatigue that envelopes you like a shroud. As the dream fades, as you survey the campsite, it becomes evident that it has been left untouched for days, perhaps over a week. The remnants of a fire long extinguished and belongings scattered in disarray all speak of a hasty departure. The realization brings a sense of unease, and you scramble to gather your bearings. In this moment of vulnerability, you notice shadows shifting within the mist. The creatures' forms are ghastly and twisted as they emerge silently from the shroud of fog, as if they jumped out of an ancient textbook. Their approach is slow but deliberate, a macabre dance of death inching closer. Despair sinks in as you realize you are vastly outnumbered, but then Lynn, the wolf, emerges from a nearby bush and lunges at them, significantly increasing your odds for survival. "Good girl," you exclaim. Your heart races, adrenaline surges, and your hand instinctively reaches for your weapon.
Weapon que no tengo. Y aquí no tengo arma. No tengo arma. Ahí Lynn se ha unido a mí. Ah, requiere animal, por eso no está equipado, claro. Vale. Yo tengo estas dos. Vale, y aquí te pone lo que pasa, he ganado 10 de experiencia, he ganado la misión Erannorth's Fate, una noche de descanso y un despertar abrupto. Bueno, tampoco sé cómo traducirlo. Ay, yo a la hora de traducir soy horrible. Y que Lynn se ha unido a mí temporalmente. Eh, Blunt Weapons, ya que hay un arma que son unos puñetazos y cuenta como Blunt Weapon.
This is your first battle. Before you click continue, please take a moment to review your character and inventory and equip any unequipped items or actions you have. While you can't save in
Que
combat,
sí,
you can save right now. This will allow you to retain your progressive
que no voy a
numbers
perder,
across the
hombre.
board.
Porque me transformo en hombre lobo. Ataco al zombie porque el esqueleto no puede sangrar. My turn. No necesito curarme por ahora. Este ataque lo he creado yo, este ataque lo he modificado yo y este ataque lo he creado yo. Los, los sprites de estos ataques están creados todos con ChatGPT, como he dicho antes. Vale, vamos otra vez a hacer un leap. 46, ¿qué dices? 23, claro, porque tengo 15%. Pues, joder, el 15% de crítico se ha activado 2 veces seguidas. Vamos a robar todo lo que tienen los de estos. Vale, he looteado una daga que podemos equipárnosla como segunda arma. Ah, estoy en combate, claro. No puedo equiparme con nada. Vale, pues leave combat.
In the aftermath of the harrowing battle, amidst the fallen forms of your ghastly foes, something small and glinting in the soft dawn light draws your attention. It's a ring, seemingly inconspicuous amidst the chaos, yet it holds an allure that beckons you closer. Crafted from what appears to be fine silver, the ring is not merely a trinket. The delicate filigree work speaks volumes about the skilled artisan who crafted it. Its intricate design offers a beautiful contrast to the grim surroundings of your current predicament. Upon closer inspection, you notice an inscription, elegantly etched into the silver. The words read, "May our paths always cross."
Perception.
Your mind travels back, sifting through your memories of Enathel. You recall her graceful movements, the way her hands moved as she spoke, and there it is, a flash of silver upon her finger. This ring, now in your possession, was indeed hers. May our paths always cross.
Y dice, Lynn se va del grupo permanentemente.
Lynn meets your gaze, her intelligent eyes holding a depth of understanding beyond that of an ordinary wolf. Suddenly, her demeanor changes to one of agitation. She starts to back away, her movements unsteady. As you watch, confused, Lynn begins to transform. It starts subtly, her form shuddering as if waves of unseen energy ripple through her. Her fur recedes, revealing skin, and her limbs contort into a human form.
Vaya, quien se hubiera imaginado de que Lynn era una mujer lobo a la que pienso romancear muy fuertemente.
Now a young woman with light brown hair, she lies sprawled on the ground, disoriented. Her eyes flutter open with confusion and fear. "Where am I?" she murmurs weakly, panic tinting her voice. She tries to make sense of her surroundings, her expression one of utter bewilderment. She appears profoundly lost and disoriented, as if her human consciousness is struggling to grasp her new reality. Her hands tremble as they touch the ground, as though feeling the earth beneath her for the first time. Before you can offer comfort or assistance, her eyes roll back, and she faints, collapsing into unconsciousness. The suddenness of her transformation and subsequent collapse suggest that this shift from wolf to human was unexpected and perhaps involuntary. Despite the uncertainty of her situation, you decide it's best to let her rest. With nothing better to do, you sit down in the grass. As you decide to wait for Lynn to regain consciousness, you keep a watchful eye on her, ensuring her safety. After several tense minutes, she begins to stir. Her eyelids flutter open, revealing eyes filled with confusion and disorientation. The woman stirs, moaning softly. Her eyes flutter open and focus on you. "What happened?" she asks, her voice hoarse with confusion and pain. Attempting to sit up, she looks around, trying to orient herself. You notice the fear and uncertainty in her eyes. The experience has clearly shaken her.
What a wolf.
Lynn listens to your explanation but struggles to comprehend. "I don't understand. I'm just a normal girl," she says, her voice quivering slightly. "I live in a wooden cabin to the south. It's about a day's journey to Landford." Her admission is startling. She has no memory of being a wolf or the events that occurred in that form. It seems her human consciousness is completely disconnected from her experiences as a wolf, leaving her with a gap in her memory and an identity crisis. "I was just gathering herbs in the forest, and then. I don't remember," she continues, frustration and fear evident on her face. As you listen to her, you grasp the severity of the situation. Lynn, or whatever her real name might be, is adrift in a world she doesn't fully comprehend. She hesitates, then nods. "I know it's overwhelming," you continue, watching her closely. "It was for me too, when I first changed. I didn't know what was happening to me or why. I tried to fight it, tried to pretend it wasn't real. But it is real, Lynn. And you're not alone in this." Her lips part, but no words come. She looks at you like you've just unlocked a door she didn't know existed, one she's terrified to step through. "Let me escort you back to your cabin. You shouldn't be out here alone, not after this. It's dangerous, and you might need help finding your way back." Lynn looks at you, a mix of relief and surprise in her eyes. "You would do that for me?" she asks, her voice tinged with gratitude. The fear in her eyes ebbs slightly, replaced by a glimmer of hope. She nods slowly, accepting your offer. "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done out here alone, she admits, her expression reflecting her reliance on your help in this disorienting situation. Continue.
Vale. Vamos a equiparnos el anillo que nos da 1 de armadura. Ah, vale, esto de aquí necesita 4 de esto, vale. Vamos a dar esto que da esquiva y iniciativa. Uy, aquí. Y la daga, que simplemente me da un ataque. Subterfugio Ritual 2. 4, 7. Improved Stun 2. Y esto necesita religión. Vaya, 2 ataques que necesitan religión. Bueno, yo puedo transformarme y curarme cuando quiera, así que fantástico. Vale, pues vamos a la cabaña.
As you and Lynn, now known as Jocelyn, veer off the merchant road into a clearing, the picturesque scene of her family cabin emerges. Nestled among tall, whispering trees, the cabin radiates rustic charm. Its wooden structure, aged with grace, harmonizes with the surrounding nature. Sunlight streams through the leaves, casting dappled shadows and lending the clearing an almost ethereal ambience. Jocelyn's eyes linger on its familiar contours, her voice softening with each resurfacing memory. Mum would spend hours in the kitchen, especially on chilly days. The whole place would fill with the scent of her mushroom stew, she reminisces, a distant look in her eyes. She claimed it was her secret recipe, handed down through generations. The warmth in Jocelyn's voice evokes the image of a cherished home. She turns to you, revealing a hint of vulnerability. I hope you get to try it. Mum's mushroom stew is really something. Maybe she'll cook it for dinner, she suggests, a gentle invitation in her tone.
Obviamente vamos a elegir esta de aquí.
Jocelyn's eyes sparkle with amusement, and a smile dances on her lips. Well, I haven't had company in a while, and a charming one at that, she responds, matching your flirtatious tone. Mom's stew and good company, it could be a lovely evening. Her laughter, light and carefree, momentarily eases the tension of your journey. Wildflowers dot the area around the cabin, their vibrant hues stark against the earthy tones of the woods. The air carries the gentle sounds of nature. The rustling of leaves, distant chirping of birds, and the soft whisper of the wind. It's a serene, almost idyllic setting, a stark contrast to the chaos and dangers of your recent experiences. However, as you approach the cabin, a sense of unease washes over you. The idyllic scene is disturbed by something alarming, a trail of blood leading to the cabin door. The sight sends a jolt of alarm through you, and you notice Jocelyn's expression turn from nostalgic relief to horror. Something's wrong, she gasps, her voice tinged with worry. Without hesitation, she sprints towards the cabin, following the ominous trail. Concerned for her safety and driven to uncover what has transpired, you follow closely. Jocelyn reaches the cabin door and rushes inside, you're right behind her, stepping into the cabin with heightened alertness. The once cozy interior, a sanctuary of warmth and safety, now feels like the backdrop to something sinister. Your eyes quickly scan the room, absorbing every detail amid the tense atmosphere. The charming, rustic features of the cabin are now overshadowed by an overwhelming sense of dread. In a peaceful yet haunting repose, lies the body of an aged woman. Recognition hits instantly, this must be Jocelyn's mother. Her knees buckle, and a strangled cry escapes her lips as she stumbles forward, recognizing her mother's lifeless form. No, 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 she stutters, a mix of disbelief and anguish in her voice. Tears well in her eyes, spilling over as she collapses beside the body. Do you think I did this? She asks, her voice breaking, looking up at you through tear-streaked eyes. The pain in her question is raw, a mixture of fear, confusion, and unbearable grief. Her hands tremble above her mother, not daring to touch, as if holding onto the hope that this is just a terrible dream. As you reach out, she collapses into your embrace, her body racked with sobs. Each tear she sheds is a wordless testament to her pain. In this moment, you become her pillar, a comforting presence amidst chaos. Please tell me I didn't do this, she whispers, agony in every syllable. Her eyes, brimming with tears, search yours for reassurance. The question, rhetorical yet heavy with a need for absolution, hangs between you. She trembles, a torrent of emotions overwhelming her, guilt, fear, uncertainty. Clutching at her chest, breaths ragged, her plea is heart-wrenching, showcasing a vulnerability that contrasts sharply with her earlier strength.
Mejor hombre lobo.
Jocelyn takes a deep, trembling breath, allowing your words to seep into her consciousness. Slowly, she begins to calm, the primal truth of your statement resonating within her. You're right. My instincts, they would know, she says, finding solace in the innate purity of her being. You watch as Jocelyn absorbs your words, her eyes a mix of hope and sorrow. Your observations offer a small beacon of rationality in her emotional storm. Jocelyn's gaze follows, darting around the room. Her eyes move meticulously, surveying the familiar surroundings. Yet, nothing seems to be missing. The cabin's modest possessions are all in place, undisturbed except for the tragic scene. The lack of apparent theft or disorder deepens the mystery. It doesn't look like bandits, Jocelyn says, her voice a mix of confusion and disappointment. Everything is as it should be, except. Her voice fades as she looks back at her mother, the reality sinking in. You nod, understanding the implications. The absence of theft suggests the motive wasn't material gain, narrowing the possibilities but complicating the puzzle. If not bandits, then who? And what? Her eyes, filled with a mix of appreciation and a touch of surprise at the kindness, lock with yours for a moment longer than necessary. I might just take you up on that, she says, a faint smile breaking through the somber mood. Can you please stay with me tonight? Her request comes softly, almost hesitant, yet there's a strength in her vulnerability. Her eyes, wide and seeking, lock onto yours, their depth conveying an earnest need for companionship amidst the swirling storm of loss and uncertainty. The request surprises you, yet you understand her need. The cabin, once a haven, now feels like an empty echo of her loss. Leaving her alone here, particularly after such a traumatic event, is unthinkable. Relief washes over Jocelyn. She gives a faint smile, a small yet profound thank you amidst her grief. Thank you, she breathes, visibly relaxing a bit with your commitment to stay. As you both adjust to the new reality, another crucial task arises, ensuring Jocelyn's mother receives proper last rites and burial. Jocelyn nods, the vulnerability in her eyes deepening. I know, you're right. It's just hard to think about, she admits, her voice barely above a whisper. But having you here, willing to stand by me through this means more than I can say. I'm not sure I can manage it alone. Together, you begin the somber preparations. It's a quiet, reverent process, filled with pauses for reflection and mourning. You assist Jocelyn with gathering what's necessary, providing both physical aid and emotional solace as she braves this final goodbye to her mother. The burial is modest yet honorable, reflecting the tranquil life her mother led in this secluded retreat. Throughout the last rites, you stand steadfast by Jocelyn's side, offering silent support in her time of sorrow. Returning to the cabin, the atmosphere is laden with a blend of grief and tranquility. Despite her exhaustion, Jocelyn summons a trace of determination. I'll make some tea. It might help soothe us, she murmurs, her voice a delicate echo in the hushed cabin. As Jocelyn occupies herself with the kettle and herbs, you survey the cabin's interior, now a sanctuary of memories and mourning. Then, an unexpected rustling from outside draws your attention. You hold up a hand, signaling Jocelyn to be silent. Her eyes widen with a mix of fear and realization as she halts, momentarily forgetting the kettle in her hands. Quietly, you move to the cabin's window, peering out into the dimly lit exterior. The moon bathes the trees in a soft glow, casting dancing shadows with the gentle breeze. That's when you see them, figures skulking at the edge of the clearing, their intentions unmistakably threatening. Stepping outside, you prepare for what's to come. The intruders, bandits perhaps, haven't detected you yet, affording you the advantage of surprise. You count at least 3, with the potential for more concealed in the darkness. As you advance, one of the figures turns, noticing your presence. A subdued curse slices through the quiet, and suddenly the night is alive with movement. The bandits approach, weapons ready and intentions hostile. Prepare to fight.
Segundo Jocelyn. Vale. Ella tiene aún el ataque para transformarse. Valperx. Minions. Feral Grace. Shapeshift, mira tú qué bien. Shapeshift, Lin. Yo también tengo uno, por fantástico. Vamos a coger autopreservación. No tengo que equiparme nada, sí que tengo que equiparme esto de aquí. Regeneración 16 durante 100 turnos. Coste 0 de AP. ¿Por qué cuesta 0? Porque quería un ataque de autorregeneración y no se puede hacer un ataque de autorregeneración. O sea, un perk que me dé una habilidad que me dé autorregeneración permanente, que empiezas el turno y el combate con ella puesta, así que he hecho que cueste 0 y por eso y durante 100 turnos, ya que nunca va a durar muchos turnos el combate, duran menos de 10 turnos. Vale, no teníais que haberos acercado tanto, porque ahora vais a morir. Lin, te ocupas de este y yo voy por el que está lejos.
The bandits, caught off guard by your preparedness and Jocelyn's unexpected skill, stagger under your combined assault. You engage with practiced precision, your strikes deliberate and impactful. Jocelyn, nimble and fierce, handles her bow with grace and ferocity, her arrows finding their marks with a thud that resonates through the night. The attackers, realizing too late their misjudgment, start to fall one by one until only silence remains, a stark contrast to the recent chaos. As the last attacker falls, you and Jocelyn exchange a look of relief. In the quiet aftermath, Jocelyn's voice trembles with a blend of hope and fear. "Do you think they were the ones who did this to my mom?" she asks, seeking answers in your eyes. You both stand in reflective silence for a moment, regaining composure before returning to the cabin. Once inside, the cabin's familiar confines offer a momentary solace. Jocelyn breaks the silence, her voice heavy with sincere appreciation. "I'm glad you stayed," she says, her gaze meeting yours, conveying more than words could. You feel the depth of her gratitude, understanding her unvoiced fear of facing the night alone. Now, that fear is somewhat alleviated by the presence of a trusted companion. Jocelyn offers a small, tired smile. "I don't know what I would have done without you here," she confesses, the night's events casting a long shadow over her usual strength. "It's all been so overwhelming." You nod silently. As the night progresses, you both settle into a vigilant, uneasy rest, the day's events weighing heavily on your minds. The morning light streams through the cabin windows, casting a gentle glow over the once sorrowful space. Jocelyn, contemplative, prepares a simple breakfast, the silence heavy with the previous night's events. Eventually, she speaks, her voice hesitant. "You're heading to Landford, right?" she asks, her eyes revealing a new resolve. Jocelyn inhales deeply, bracing herself. "I've been thinking. I can't stay here." Her voice falters, but her decision is clear. The cabin, once a haven, now symbolizes loss and painful memories. "It's too much, isn't it?" You understand her need to leave. "After everything." She nods, tears in her eyes but her gaze firm. "Yes. I need a fresh start. Maybe Landford is where I need to be." Her choice seems driven by a need to escape and a desire to understand her new reality. Jocelyn's somberness eases into a genuine smile. That means a lot, she replies, encouraged by your eagerness. As you both finish breakfast, silent yet comfortable, you share glances, acknowledging the journey ahead. It's not just a path to Landford but a journey of healing and discovery. Occasional light conversations spark, exploring the budding dynamic between you. Return to the world map.
Tengo tanta vida porque esto de aquí me da 10 de vida extra. Creo recordar. No, el perk me da 10 de vida extra. Porque como veréis, ella tiene 12 de vida. Vale, Stalwart y Perception. Y armadura 2. Vale, ¿cuánto leo de capítulo? 1 hora y 6 minutos. Vale, pues hasta aquí este capítulo. Soy Sevedat y nos vemos en un próximo directo video. Chao.